Welcome back. Coach Jim Calhoun made sure most everyone in the country knew about the University of Connecticut, bringing the men's basketball team to national prominence, guiding them to 3 national championships. And when his work as full-time Hall of Fame coach was done at UConn, he retired, but then came out of retirement in 2018 to launch the men's basketball program at the University of St. Joseph. In November, Coach Calhoun announced his retirement from St. Joe's. Coach Calhoun is joining us this morning. Jim, thank you for being with us. In the article about your retirement, Dana O'Neill, writing in The Athletic, said Jim Calhoun is retiring. This time he means it, sort of. So, should people buy it this time?
Well, they can buy it, but I'm not actually yelling at kids or particularly helping the officials like I try to do during games, And most importantly, give more time to my family, 6 grandkids, my son's daughter-in-law, and my wife, most importantly. And we're going to take some time for ourselves. It doesn't mean I'm leaving St. Joe's. I love it here. I've been found a home here, and we've had terrific success now, basketball-wise, being ranked in the country. But I get the opportunity to turn it over to Glenn Miller, one of my former players, 15-year assistant coach for me beyond playing. And once again, operating on my schedule as opposed to everybody else's schedule, I think would be a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice choice. I like that. But let's start with St. Joe's. I want to talk a lot of UConn, of course, but let's talk about what happened at St. Joe's, because anyone who knows basketball knows that what you did to go in and start a program, I mean, that's not just taking over somebody else's players and trying to make them better. That's a big lift to try to start a program, and it's been a big success, and certainly Coach Miller sees that now. So what was that of an accomplishment for you? Was that a big deal?
Really was in many, many ways. Because, it's going back to what I love. I was doing ESPN 5 years, enjoyed it. I had the Big Ten, great schools, great games, good friends. At that time, Tommy Izzo and John Bayline from Michigan, et cetera. But, I noticed after the games I had no sweat on my palms. I need sweat, and I need to be involved. And when I came here and under Rona Free, our president, now Amanda Devitt, our AD, I found people that wanted to do something special, had the opportunity to do something special. And so we started the program. And you're right, it was a heavy lift because we didn't start with any good players, but we didn't start with any bad players. We didn't start with any players. And next thing you know, we started getting kids. And first year we were 16-12, made the finals of our league. And then we, next year, won 25 straight, 26-3, went to the NCAA tournament. Last year was always a little more partial. But then we started off very well this year, and hopefully keep going. We're one of the, I think, top 10 ranked teams in the country. And, it's a great time for me and my wife and my family to still enjoy parts of St. Joe's, work here, doing some, I'm going to be a special advisor to the president, do some things at UConn, but back it down and have myself and my wife set our own schedule, try and do some more things that we'd love doing.
Well, certainly 47-17 as a record at a program you started from scratch. That's a pretty good thing. I've told you in the past, the reason I like being a news guy and not a sports guy is I can just openly cheer for my teams. I've determined that there's no reason for me to be impartial because I don't work for the sports department. So, I'm a UConn basketball fan. I want to ask you about your biggest moment from your coaching career from all the different teams. But let's start with mine. Take a look at this. Here's UConn Duke wrapping it up. We have this soundbite for you.
You'll need a 3 to tie. Trajan Langdon's going to take it to Lang to the floor and try to get it off. He doesn't have a lot of time here. Pressure from Jones. Langdon trips, and UConn has done it. El Amin comes over and says, "We shocked the world." Folks.
So that is obviously one of the moments that will be forever linked to Jim Calhoun. As you look back at 920 wins as a coach, is there one that stands out for you as the biggest, Jim?
Well, it's like saying I have 6 grandkids. Which is your favorite grandchild? And, I've had great moments in many, many ways. Certainly, that was a special time because I felt we were winning not only for our kids, our players, and our university. We were winning for the state of Connecticut. And what happened afterwards, I don't expect could ever happen in my lifetime again. It just was first time, special being Duke, Mike Krzyzewski, good friend, great competitor, great coach. And that was awful special. But there's so many moments. I remember winning the championship here at St. Joe's. I remember at Northeastern with the great, God rest his soul, Reggie Lewis winning championships there. Kids are kids, the game's the game, and you're watching people grow, and you're hopefully a part of that growth. it's a special time for anybody. And I've been very privileged. I don't care if it's Kimball Walker, more recently, or certainly Mecca Okafor, Ben Gordon, Rip Hamilton, Ray Allen. I can keep going. Danielle, the name, and when you say the name, Kimber, Danielle, are just names, and everybody knows who you're talking about. That means they've done great things for us and for the university, and certainly for the state. But I've been really blessed. I really have been the opportunity to help, I think, alter, change, be there for young kids when they need.
There are some coaches who are synonymous with something. Obviously, Jim Boeheim, the 2-3 zone. John Wooden had his pyramid of success. When they write the definitive book on college basketball from this era, what do you want Jim Calhoun's name to be synonymous with?
Well, he was there for his kids when they needed him. They don't need you every day. I kiddingly said to Kimball Walker when he signed a $138 million contract, you don't really need me now, do you? I think he's going to be pretty well set. And my point being there for your kids. And secondly, every guy who played for me and played for our programs truly understood that being the best you can be means you give the best you can. Two things in life we control: our effort and our attitude. And I expect that effort and attitude to give us the best, give your teammates the best, the school, the team you're playing for, the best every single day. And if we're known for that, for a team that never left anything in the well, I'll be a happy man.
How about the idea that you're the man that made Connecticut the basketball capital of the world? The idea that Little Stores, Connecticut will be synonymous with men's college basketball. Do you look at that as one of your accomplishments, just putting Stores on the map?
Well, when we built the Gamble Pavilion and some of the other things that happened up there, I knew that we had finally arrived, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we've had a great basketball background historically, going back to Yankee Conference and many other days. But, all the things we accomplished without the great assistant coaches, the people in the program, the presidents, the ADs, it wouldn't have happened. The one thing I found, and will forever, I'm a Connecticut guy now, even though that Bostonian accent keeps sneaking in there. But with that said, it was something that the entire state got around. I think people, and you can, I'm sure, speak a little bit to this, went to a game at the old Civic Center, XL Center, and walked in on a Saturday afternoon to play Georgetown at 1. It was special. And I just think that allowed us to have a special run.
Well, certainly, as people go to games at Gamble now and they go on Jim Calhoun Way, and obviously, you've said you'll be at St. Joe's, you'll be at UConn. We may not see you on the sideline yelling at the refs, like you said, but maybe just one row back watching basketball still. We got about 20 seconds left. Is that where we should expect to see you?
Expect to see the fact that I think Danny's doing a great job recruiting, particularly getting good young players certainly at UConn. I see here at St. Joe's great things happening. Rona Freya, our president, good as they get. I mean, as good as they get. She's got a great vision of where the school should be. And I just feel incredibly gifted by God to make sure that I'm something making it better every day.
All right. Well, we are certainly thankful to have you on our show, Jim Calhoun. Thank you for being with us. That brings us to the end of our retirement show. And to go with the theme, we're retiring the name CT21 forever. Don't worry, you can still join us for our first edition of CT22 next Sunday. Same time, same channel, same host, I think. We'll be back next weekend.